There we go. There we go. I can hear myself. There we go. There we go. I think I can hear myself. Yeah, I can. Okay, cool. How about you, Jess? Still can't hear you if you're trying to talk here. A little bit of technical difficulties here. I know I can hear myself now. I have to redo the microphone for the microphone thingy, and I got to do the speakers for the sound card. So I am good to go. Don't know where Jess is at.
Hello.
Here you are, Jess.
There we go.
Yeah, I figured out what my problem was I have to go into the 'cause when you said I can't hear you, I'm like, "Oh, okay, wait a minute. Oh, I'm not hearing, I'm not seeing a visualization of my speaking."
Yeah.
So I have to go into the microphone to change it to the soundboard, and I have to go, the speakers are through the soundboard also. So
Gotcha.
yes,
Okay.
so we are good. I was gonna say, talking paranormal with the old man. Old man's tired.
Yeah, how was the investigation last night?
Oh, it was good. The only drawback is, hold on a second here. I see where my cable. Oh, I see. Yeah, the only drawback was, Jess, was when we, I was there, a little bit early yesterday. So I asked her if we could be there at 5 o'clock to start setting up all of our crap.
Yeah.
So I have a tendency to look at tires. I had a screw in my freaking tire on Rosie.
Yikes.
So all the way home, I'm waiting for the low tire pressure freaking warning to come on, because we didn't leave until like 9:30, so I was on the road until about 11 o'clock, and then it was only an hour and about an hour and 20 minutes away. But all that time home, I'm like, oh. But then Andy said, he goes, you don't know how long that screw's been in there. I'm like, that is true.
It's very
That
true.
is. So yeah, so I'm gonna probably take Audrey this week, just because most tire places are closed, on Sundays.
Right.
So yeah, yeah, I haven't checked yet to see. I mean, I was, comforted a little bit because when we left, Holly asked me, she goes, how's your tire? I'm like, still there. And she lets you not when I meant smart ass. I'm like, I know. But she didn't lose pressure at
Cool.
all. So yeah. So in case because I was muted, so let me redo this part here again. Welcome to another episode of Talking Paranormal with the old man and his daughter. Hey Jess.
Hey, Dad.
Because people are gonna listen and they're like, what the fuck are they talking about? I didn't hear nothing. So then too, I have my dual computers,
Right.
and I because I would not remember any of this. So I went over. So I on my other computer, I brought up the page of the Warrens investigation, which we are going to talk about here today, and I also brought up the page for Dan Rivera's cause of death.
Right.
So I'm sitting here and I'm like, I'm hearing freaking music. And I'm like, I popped off my headphones. I'm like, where is this freaking music coming from? It was the speakers from my other computer because the Warren's Haunted House website has spooky background music.
Oh, it's so annoying. I had to turn mine off.
Hey Ava,
Hey,
welcome
Ava.
back. Yeah, so it's like, but it took me a few because I'm like, okay, where the hell is this music coming from? Like I said, I popped off my headphones. I'm like, no, I'm not here. And I thought it was the music that oh, and everyone will be happy to know
I'm new! I'm new! I don't know what to do!
I brought it back from the other computer.
It's back.
It's back. It's back. My first music. Okay. Well, my first music that I used in my podcast, and it's back. See, that is like a scary thing. You give me shit to play with, I'm gonna play with it. Like seriously. Okay. Attempt in this podcast about two things. It was uh, Dan Rivera's cause of death was revealed, or not revealed, but issued, I guess, put out there.
Yeah.
So we can briefly talk about that. But I think the majority of this is going to be talking about the Warrens' house fiasco train
Yeah,
wreck
since
thing.
that finally was
Yes.
updated.
So let's start out with the easy one, Jess. We'll start out with Dan Rivera's official cause of death.
Yes.
So basically, the coroner, and I'm trying to read this one with my really bad eyesight. So he died of natural causes as a result of cardiac issues. Now, this is that I'm assuming this is, oh yeah, the coroner, Francis Du Dutro,
Yeah.
Dutro, however you say it, that Mr. Rivera had a known history of cardiac issues. Okay, let's play the devil's avocado here. Who's to say, and I'm not implying, I'm not, whatever, but who's to say that Annabelle did not literally frighten him to death?
That's the thing because I remember when this first came out, it said like he was a mostly healthy guy. And
Mhm.
then it's revealed that he had a heart attack.
Yes.
But now they're saying that he has a history of heart problems.
So how
And
much
of
of
course,
this?
no foul play was suspected.
Well, of course not. But again, the devil's avocado. Who's to say that they're not saying that he's had a history of it to cover it up?
Yeah, it's very weird to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I called it when it first happened. I said I would be very surprised if it's not like heart disease or something to do with the heart. So it coming out and saying, yeah, it was a heart attack, I wasn't too surprised.
Yeah, and to and I am learning the jargon from from all these storm chasers that we both follow. This to me
Hmm.
is very sus,
Yeah.
which is short for, if people that are listening shortcut of sus is suspicious. So I
Ava
think
asks, can Annabelle doll story be real?
okay. Yeah, Ava, again, and they have passed. I'm not trying to, ruin their reputation, but it's hard for me when one of their most famous cases was the Amityville horror case, and it came out later that it was all fake or faked, except for the DeFeos being killed.
Right.
That it was all fake. So yes, supposedly the Annabelle story started, and I think it was like 69, 68, in Chicago. Three roommates, nursing students, two chicks and a dude had Annabelle. And Annabelle is not what you see on The Conjuring. Annabelle is a Raggedy Ann doll. And supposedly, according to Lorraine, a demon had possessed the doll. And if you've seen, it's one of the Conjurings. It's not like Conjuring, one or two, because one was in the house, Roger, as she was pulled. Conjuring two was in London, Enfield, England. Conjuring three was The Devil Made Me Do It, and then The Conjuring four, which came out on Friday, which is supposedly the last one, is called The Last Rites. And I guess they make reference just to, or they make like a nod to the original Exorcist movie,
Okay.
which I don't know what that was. I mean, I know the Exorcist movie, but I mean, I don't know what the nod is to the Exorcist movie. So yeah, so supposedly this is a true story with Annabelle. Um, and again, and I have mentioned this before, was I guess one of my favorite ones so far is I haven't seen the last rites yet. Um, my favorite one so far is Amityville. Annabelle Comes Home, and the premise of that I won't give it away if anyone hasn't seen it yet. But the concept behind that is the Warrens are going out on one of their, I think it's a weekend investigation, and they have a babysitter come over, and shit happens. Obviously, it's the Warrens' house. And again, you tell someone do not touch something, they're going to, and then this is what happened in the Annabelle Comes Home movie. Now, I have not seen, and I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jess. I don't think that they posted any pictures of the actual house. So I don't know if the house that they used in the movie is the original house or if it's just a soundstage, house. I'm not sure,
I think
but
it's a soundstage.
yeah, yeah, I'm thinking so too because yeah, because when that was filmed, Lorraine had already passed. Ed passed first, and then Lorraine. But Lorraine, to you people that do not know this or not aware of this, is the number the first Conjuring when they're in one of the, I think it's like a lecture hall or something like that. They're doing a presentation basically, and Lorraine, the real Lorraine Warren, she does a cameo.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, when they're talking about infestation, the four stages of infestation, they pan into the audience and then they pan up to Carolyn or Caroline. I think it's Caroline, the wife of Roger who purchased the Conjuring house. And when they start to pan up towards her, Lorraine, the real Lorraine Warren, is sitting in the audience, and she's a cameo for like 2 seconds as the camera pans up. And if you blink, you will miss it. But yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. But on the website, Jess, of the Warren's house investigation, if you scroll down, it has a picture of Elton and Matt in front of the Annabelle doll when she's in her enclosure.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I don't know if I would be standing that close to her, to be honest with you.
Nah.
I mean, I mean, I'm not saying that they're treating this as a joke, just a money making uh, opportunity. I hope they're taking this, seriously because, like I said before, you don't fuck with the paranormal,
No.
especially Annabelle. And Lorraine had said it many times. Absolutely, do not open this glass cage or your glass containment, and they did.
Yeah.
So, so I guess we can close, not close, but temporarily close the file on Dan Rivera because I personally do not buy it that it was he's had a history of cardiac issues.
Yeah.
So and then all of a sudden he's with Annabelle in Gettysburg, of all places,
Yeah.
Gettysburg in the orphanage. I'm just I mean, kind of not really being morbid, but I'm curious to where he was, what hotel he was at. I'm curious. It's just
Yeah.
a curiosity. Because then when we go to Gettysburg, we can try to book that room.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Kind of. I'm curious. I don't think it was ever disclosed on what hotel he was at because it
No, I
says
don't
he
think
was,
so.
yeah, he was in Gettysburg for the Devils on the Run tour, where he died on July 13th, which was the last day in Gettysburg. Yeah, it doesn't say. I'm just looking at it really fast. Yeah, I don't. All it says was, but the coroner is saying that Annabelle was not present in the hotel room. Okay, not being funny, but Mrs. Coroner, have you seen the Conjuring slash Annabelle series of movies? She can get around pretty good by herself.
Yeah.
She did on, again, I realize they're movies, but yeah, every movie that she's in, she moves around pretty damn well. When she was introduced, they put her outside into a dumpster, and she came back in the house. And then she was scrawling, "Did you miss me? Did you miss me? Did you miss me?" All over the ceiling with red crayon. Okay, how did she get up there? Did she climb a ladder and then put it back? So again, I'm saying, I mean, I think that his cause of death is very sus, and I don't believe it. I think it's a cop out to try to deflect some of the attention away, even though she is coming back out in September again before the October ones. And it's like, haven't you learned what
Yeah,
happened?
you would think.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess if you have nothing else to add about Dan Rivera, Jess, we'll go to the main topic, which is the overnight bookings are now available for the haunted Warren house. But see here again though, haunted, and this is on their actual website, haunted Warren house. Now, actually, how do we know it's haunted? Just because they were, demonologists, and I use those with air quotes, does not make the house a haunted house. So to me, that's kind of like setting the stage for, oh, you're going to find stuff. But what happens unless they stage stuff? What happens if you spend all this money, which we will talk about here, to spend the night in this house and not one thing happens? It's possible.
Yeah, it's very possible.
You know, like what I said before, you can't just flip a switch and have the activity start. And I mentioned this before. We drove 12 hours to Villisca, Iowa, to the Villisca Axe Murder House. We were there for 12 hours. We didn't get nothing. Not even a freaking EVP, not even an orb. We didn't get anything. But some other TV shows, which I would not name, has been there. And within 5 minutes, they get an EVP in the kitchen saying, I did it. So yeah, I don't know. But anyways, so I guess Jess, this is kind of your baby, if you will. So if you want to start talking about it.
Sure. So the website finally went live on the 5th, and a couple notes I took about it. You get private access to the Warren House. There's a 5:30 check-in and a 1:30 check-out. That's PM, 1:30 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. Between the hours of 9:30 and 1:30 in the morning, you get access to the museum, which is supervised by quote unquote experienced staff. You get access to equipment, a toolkit provided or worth 25K with over 50 different devices. Night vision, body camera, and handheld cameras are provided as well. They do include basic essentials and accommodations, like things you would find at a hotel: bedding, towels, bathroom essentials, drinks, snacks, and holy water. um, they're also taking spiritual and physical protection measures that I'll get to in a second. Tickets went on sale on the 5th. For between Saturday, November 1st and February 15th. As of checking this morning, all dates are sold out, and they were priced between $2K to $2,300.
Okay, so here, and we talked about this last week when we were up to local elementary school. We had gotten a new drone, so I was flying it. Didn't crash it. I did hit a top of a crosswalk, like a covered sidewalk. I hit the top of that, but other than that, I didn't crash. But we had talked about that, Jess, and okay, if okay, and 2000. I mean, you're basically spending $2,000 on no guarantees that anything's going to happen. Okay, and at first I was thinking, okay, 2 grand, that's a lot of freaking money. But then I thought about it. Well, yeah, okay, yeah, but if you have people going, like our group goes, then it wouldn't be too bad. But then I was talking last night with one of our team members at our investigation. Oh, the investigation went pretty well too. So,
That's good.
um, yeah, the SLS camera picked up some stuff downstairs. Um, but because the recording feature on that is sketchy as hell, sometimes it records, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it locks up the tablet, sometimes it reboots the tablet. So what I did last night was I had our handheld 8K camera, and whenever I saw something on the SLS camera, I started taping it off of the actual screen. So that part I haven't downloaded the stuff yet. And then I had a new POV camera that I tried. I'm pretty sure most of the night I got probably a lot of the ceiling in the actual library. Um, so I'm going to have to adjust, the angle on that. But um, God, excuse me, I'm drinking chocolate milk. It's giving me, it's giving me the hiccups. Um, so now I was talking to one of our team members last night. I won't mention her name because I didn't ask permission. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, even if it is 2 grand, okay, so the house, I don't know the house, how big the house is. So even if you have like, for example, our house, okay, it's big, but if you have more than 5 or 6 people, you're going to be freaking falling over each other. So if you have 5 people that are coming in on this, that's 400 apiece with no guarantees other than the fact you can say, hell yeah, I stayed in the Warren's house. I saw Annabelle in her enclosure. I saw all these other cursed objects, but you're still spending $400 each if you have 5 people. And that's not including getting there. Okay. So is it worth the gamble of, other than seeing the house that the Warrens lived in, brought up Judy in, is it worth it? to spend that much money for no guarantees. And since I brought that up, have we heard any more from the grandson? Is he still creating a stink?
Not that I've noticed. I can check Instagram real quick though.
Well, then I don't know if you saw it too, just but on the website, it says we are current. Okay, this is cool. We are currently working on opening a new permanent Warren, and these are in air quotes, Warren Occult Museum in a new public location where all items would move. I think it's where all items would be moved to. I think they left out the two. So they are going to create a new permanent location for a Warren Occult Museum where all items would be moved to. Now that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't know about that because I'm like, why are you moving everything? Maybe it's a bigger location, maybe to kind of organize things better, maybe.
Well, maybe they can control it more better because
Maybe.
if they still have it in the house, somebody is going to try to freaking get into that room.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they're looking at more of a controlled environment, maybe.
Maybe.
So then I won't get into the details that you're going to get into, but it says this is a private residence. Access is only granted to approved overnight guests who have properly booked online. Read into that who has paid a shitload of money for this opportunity.
Yeah.
There are no tours of the property, home, or museum. And you've heard it here first, people. I'll bet you that changes. When they find out that they can make moolah off of this, I bet you anything that the tours will be opened up, guided tours, obviously, of the house, the home, the property, and or the museum. And then it says we are complying with all city and state regulations to ensure the integrity and respect of the property and neighborhood. Okay, this could turn into a freaking train wreck really, really quick, depending on who you get in there that's doing the investigations. And I can pretty much guarantee you all of your top YouTube channels that are paranormal investigators are going to be there first, which is fine. The top of the a top of the line. Okay, sorry, a top of the line fence and 24/7 security system is in place, which you would freaking have to. And trespassing will be taken very seriously. Which, like what I said, when we were in Waverly Hills, they put barbed wire on the fire escapes
Yeah.
so nobody could get in. Now they didn't take that drastic of a course. But yeah, because people are going to be curious. And again, if you tell people you have to pay whatever, whatever, people are going to find a way to get in without paying.
Right.
So I can understand that. Look down here. Okay, that's they talk about that. So here is again that if you want to if you wanted to discuss when the time comes here, the overnight stay, what it includes in it, all that stuff.
Yeah. So they have one reservation per night, 8 people maximum, which
Oh, 8 people,
if
okay.
yeah, which if you think about it, for the max 2,300, it would be about 287.50 per person.
Yeah, but it depends though, Justin, how big the house is.
True.
Because if we have had investigations where it was and we didn't know this until we got there for the investigation. We get there and it's a small house and we got a shitload of people. We
Plus
were
equipment.
literally, yeah, plus the equipment. We were literally not tripping over everybody, but it was confined spaces. So I'm just kind of curious as to how big the house is, which no one knows except for Elton and Matt how big the house is.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's my only thing is 8 people. If it's a big ass house, then yeah, by all means. If it's not, it could be tripping over people. But anyways, okay.
So it looks like let's see. The home has brand new beds that accommodate up to 8 guests with 2 queen beds, 2 twin beds, and 1 twin bunk bed. All bedding is provided. 3 of the beds are Murphy style beds that fold out when needed.
Oh, sorry.
Uh,
What the hell is that? What's
there's
the Murphy bed? I don't know what that is.
there are 2 full bathrooms. Towels and
Oh,
basic essentials are provided.
okay.
Property is equipped with a top of the line security system and private and secured parking on the property. Let's see what else. What else? What else? Zero tolerance for candle burning, incense, vaping, or any smoke or any fire of any kind in the home or on the porch. The fire department will arrive and you will be heavily fined and removed from the property.
Well, that rules us out.
Outside fire pit is not allowed for use for fires. No pets
Oh,
allowed. As of 10 p.m., guests will be asked to no longer utilize the front yard or front porch, both of which are closest to nearby houses, as our aim is to be as respectful as possible to our neighbors. The home is in a residential area, and respecting their peace and quiet is mandatory. The backyard and back porch is okay to use, although we ask outside noise to be kept to a minimum out of respect. Any violation of the guidelines can result in the immediate termination of your overnight stay.
well, I'm just looking at the picture that is of Elton and Matt in front of Annabelle, and
Mhm.
I kind of laugh. And again, I mean, it's like with Matt and Elton's combined 12 years of paranormal investigations. 12 years. So that if you take, average, that's like 6 years apiece. Okay. But I guess if you have the money, you can do whatever you want to do. But we have
Yeah.
like almost, 2.5 times the experience, just one person in, of us. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I do want to go there one time, but yeah. When they hear too,
The
Jesse.
part that, yeah.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, um, where it has the expansive ghost hunting kit worth more than 25 grand. They have 2 night vision Canon cameras. They got 6 night vision body cameras. They have 50 plus paranormal investigation tools, such as a tape recorder, an Ovilus, a thermal camera, a motion sensor music box, K2 devices, REM pods, spirit boxes. I'm seeing the glare from outside. Headphones, laser grid. Oh, I didn't use that last night. Our laser grid. I brought that too, and I didn't use it. EDI meters. Do not know what that is. Spirit. Oh, wait. Spirit boards?
Is that what it says?
Now, yeah. Now, where I come from, spirit boards are Ouija boards. Spirit boards. Seriously? Flux meters, magnetic flashlights, dowsing rods, spirit watch, tripwire, spirit lantern, envoy, boo buddy. We have a boo buddy. Ours is called LB for little bastard. Spirit chat, and far more. Now, I'm sure that you're looking up spirit boards.
Yep.
That's Ouija boards, right?
Yeah, the first thing that popped up was a new Ouija board.
Okay, okay. They said, if I remember correctly, you cannot bring in Ouija boards, right?
I'm not sure.
But they're offering them. They're so if you can't bring your own, they have spirit boards available. What the actual F? Seriously.
Yeah,
Spirit,
also, let's not do that. Let's not use the Ouija
no.
board.
Dude, seriously. It's like seriously. I can see like a lawsuit here. I really freaking can. Oh, they provided Ouija board, a spirit board, and I got possessed. I'm going to sue. I can see it, dude. Or I brought something home with me. I can see it. Oh my god. But see, but to be fair, with their 12 years of experience, they might not know this
Hmm.
about Ouija boards. And yes, that is a cut right there. But yes, but anyways. And then it says attached to the home via the haunted. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Let me read that again. Attached to the home via the haunted passageway is the occult museum, a room that contains a collection of more than 750 haunted and demonic artifacts gathered across decades of investigations. Items such as, of course, Annabelle, Shadow Doll, Conjuring Mirror, Satanic Idol, Vampire's Coffin, that's kind of cool. Devil Made Me Do a Dinosaur, Death Boards, Peggy the Doll, I don't know who that is. Black Magic Weapons, the Devil's Sword, Human Skulls, Fire Doll, Satanic Panic, I don't know what that is. Voodoo Dolls. I actually have a voodoo doll that I got from New Orleans. Shrunken heads and countless display cases filled with nearly 1,000 more items used in witchcraft, occult, and dark practices, each with its own story. The museum, ooh, the museum also houses 75 of Ed Warren's paintings, as well as his office with the original paranormal, investigation devices used on their most infamous cases, many of which have never been seen before. Now that's kind of cool that he has the original equipment will be on display. But I didn't know that they had attached to the house is a haunted passageway. So
Like
is that thing underground, or is it just like a breezeway that has its own private entrance?
I would think I wouldn't think it was underground, but it how do you know it's haunted?
Exactly. And see, so I know then from watching the Conjuring movies and Annabelle Comes Home that that was not their house because the house in the movies, the occult room, is that what they're calling it? Yeah, the occult museum was right in the house. It's like if you went up this in the movie, if you went up the stairs and to your right, a locked door, you open that door and it was just a room full of all these artifacts. So,
Right. The part that I am excited to get to because I know they're trying to avoid lawsuits.
oh yeah,
Um, it's the spiritual and physical protection measures.
yeah.
So every guest will be asked to sign a physical liability waiver as well as a spiritual liability waiver. They say that safety is our top priority. Protective measures and items will be given to all guests to use at their discretion: holy water, rosary beads, protective items, and prayer cards, and more. There is also a spiritual sanctuary, a highly protected and blessed area that can be utilized at any time with additional protective measures there as well. Um, they wanted to remind you that you are staying overnight in one of the most haunted locations on Earth, steeped with decades of paranormal history and home to nearly 1,000 items, some of which are demonic. We are not liable for any physical or spiritual afflictions that may occur during your stay or at any point afterwards, which is smart just in case you bring something home with you.
Hmm.
This includes, but is not limited to, scratches, possession, attachments, vomiting, fainting, levitation, sleep paralysis, bruising, black eyes, psychic wounds, nightmares, voices in your head, astral projections, and beyond.
Well, see, I'm already screwed because I hear voices in my head all the time.
You should probably get that checked.
It's telling me to be good, and I don't listen to my voices.
I understand they're wanting to, like I said, cover all grounds possible.
Yeah.
Um, but the sleep paralysis, black eyes, uh, possession, That's a little much. Because now, like, you're going into this kind of worried about, like, especially if you're not a seasoned paranormal investigator, you're going into this like, oh my God, am I going to get scratched? Am I going to. And it's that thing where you think about it and then now you're really jumpy. Because,
Well,
like,
yeah,
let's
but how?
say something like goes, like, let's say you bump into something. You're like, oh my God, is that a scratch? Did something scratch
Yeah,
me? And you're like, oh, I bumped into a table.
but the whole thing, Jess, is how much? Okay, a lot of people that are like on the fence about going to to this house, expecting the worst, that things are going to happen to them, whatever. So how much of this stuff that about the scratching and the possessions and all that stuff is playing on people's fears?
A lot of it.
Yeah. Are they like subliminally sublim that word?
Subliminally. Oh, I can't even say it. Subliminally. Subliminally? Subliminally.
So yeah, that word. Are they like putting this in people's heads before they even come? So the people are going to expect things to happen. But see, but again, that falls under just I'm spending a shitload of money and again, and then that's not even traveling there with no guarantee. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're in, the Warren's house, okay, which would be cool enough by itself. You get to go into the museum again, which is coolest all by itself.
Right.
But that's it. There's no other guarantees that with their 25K of equipment that you're gonna actually find something or experience something.
And I actually don't think they cover that with, like, hey, just you might not. Because, I mean, I don't think they would sell tickets that way.
Oh no, no. If they if they said that, it's like, okay, am I gonna seriously consider spending this much money to go there when they're telling me I might not get anything?
Yeah. But, like, you should know that there's not a guarantee.
Well,
But
yeah, but how they're putting this in is we will not take responsibility if you get, hurt, possessed, whatever, whatever, whatever. They're putting that subliminal thing in people's heads. But you gotta realize too, Jess, is that you would think as a normal person that not any place you go to is not going to be haunted like all the time. But with that being said, you see these, YouTube videos, you see these TV shows on TV where that exact same thing happens.
right.
So people are watching what they're watching on TV, YouTube videos of all these, ghost investigators, blah blah blah, doing the investigations, which is highly edited, highly polished. Okay, and they have activity. I mean, I've seen some where shit's flying off the wall, the doors opening, closing real fast, the chairs moving, all within like 10 seconds of each other. That don't
Hmm.
happen. We were at a investigation last night. It used to be a residence. It's now a public library. The house was built in the 1800s. We were there for 3 hours. Yeah, we did get small stuff. We have these cat toys that when they get moved, they start flashing colors and stuff. That happened once. Well, twice if you the person in our group that accidentally kicked them. But there was one time where there was nobody around one of these cat toys, and it started to flash its lights all by itself.
Hmm.
So we were there for 3 hours, and that's the only activity. I mean, other than our SLS camera, got some activity. I haven't listened to the tape recorder of LB yet, so I'm not for sure about that. But yeah, so people think that's how it is that you're going to have activity, and so I can see why they're not saying that because, like I said, that would make people think, okay, I'm going to spend 2 grand. But see, I'm interested to hear. what happens when people, and they'll probably hide it under freaking piles of stuff. If people do spend the money and they do not find anything, but that stuff is going to be hidden because then that gets out that, hey, Joe Blow paid 2 grand. Five of his friends went up there to do an investigation, and there wasn't anything happening.
Well, remember that any kind of like social media, like filming, all that has to go through them.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm just reading this. It's like filming for personal use and social media is allowed, but please note all content must be approved by them first.
Must first be reviewed and approved by our team to ensure factual accuracy and respectful intent toward the home, museum, and the Warrens.
Okay, well, okay. Again, Jess. Okay, I'm not trying to be like a Karen here, but they're talking about, it's like they have like a double standard. They want to protect the integrity of the property, whatever, whatever. But you're allowing overnight investigations.
Yeah, and remember that was it just it wasn't live streaming because that's not allowed. I think it's anything you get recorded. You if it's like 3 minutes to half an hour, you have to pay $200 for a media review fee.
Yeah, yeah, that's
30
bullshit.
minutes to an hour is 300, an hour to 2 hours is 400, and 2 hours to 4 hours is 500 total.
So it's
Uh,
like,
Fees will be charged via our website when content is submitted for approval. So they might not even approve it, and you just
oh yeah,
spent 400, $500.
yeah, exactly. Again, there's no guarantees. So they're basically saying that, oh, come spend 2 grand. However, we have complete control over everything that comes out of this house.
Yeah, two of our team members will review every piece of content within approximately 72 hours to ensure it meets all home guidelines and respectful integrity.
But again, who's the one that is deciding what is approved and what's not approved? I'm sure Elton and Matt have a hand in it. I'm sure.
That and NESPR or whatever.
Yeah, but are they even a part of that though?
They are.
That they are still, even though
Yeah,
they
they.
they purchased the house.
Yeah, so the Occult Museum and Haunted Passageway access. Time in the Occult Museum and Passageway will be supervised by a 10 plus year paranormal investigation veteran that is a part of NESPR.
So, but again, 10 years. Whoop de shit.
I mean, there is a plus, 10 plus.
Yeah, but 10 plus means like 11 years.
Uh, Something else that's kind of setting you up for like that subliminal part of it is like so you get access to the museum starting at 9:30.
Yeah.
At 9 o'clock, a team member will meet you at the museum entrance to provide you with spiritual protection.
Okay, but okay, not trying to be a douchebag, but your spiritual protection did not help Mr. Rivera.
No.
So if you're telling me that you're going to offer me spiritual protection before I go into the museum, you need to make sure that that shit works,
I
especially when you're dealing with Annabelle.
with how closely guarded everything is, like media and everything, it's more feeling like they're trying to make sure that it's advertised right.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Be-
because they don't want anything negative to come out.
no, because what if you like the Axe murder house, you get there, you don't get anything.
Yeah, there are no guarantees. You cannot flip a switch for the spirits to be circus animals and perform for you. That's not how it works. So you're spending, again. I'm not trying to like beat this down, but you're spending a lot of money to freaking go there, with no guarantees that you will actually experience anything unless they stage stuff, which right there shoots down the integrity of the whole operation right there. If you're staging stuff for the benefit of your paying guest.
It also looks like they, after they provide you with spiritual protection, they answer any questions you might have, give you any information, and ensure the guidelines are met within the museum, such as no touching of objects and basic respectful guidelines. So they're going to be there with you until 1:30
Right. Yep.
as a supervision. Um, for their uh, equipment, they're listing it as a one of a kind experimental paranormal investigation devices. And you can use them in the occult museum, basement, living room, apartment, and more rooms soon, all of which are available for use. Where was it? If you choose to use the devices or cameras, we will ask for a credit card to be put on file in case of malicious damage or theft.
Yep.
Tools do break, accidents do happen. The credit card on file is in case of theft or intentional destruction, such as throwing something against the wall. Does that count if a spirit throws it against the wall?
No, because they'll still say that you did it and they'll charge you credit card.
True.
Now, I'm just throwing this out here, Jess. I'm looking down at the bottom. As of now, okay, only 100 nights with access are guaranteed. Okay, now I'm just throwing this out here. My birthday is November 5th. They are accepting um, payments for the private rental on November 5th. I'm just saying, if you and Sam are looking for a birthday gift for me on November 5th, that's a possibility.
I'm showing it sold out.
No, I'm looking right here, dude. Oh, shit.
They're all sold out.
Thanks, Jess. You just ruined my birthday.
Well, because I checked it Friday and there was
Yeah, I
still
did see that.
like two, because Friday's when it went live, and it was, I think, I checked it around, I want to say 8:30, 9 o'clock,
Okay.
and there was only a handful left. Um, so I was like, okay, I don't expect it to be like this when we do the podcast. And yeah, no, it's not.
Well, that kind yeah. In small letters up in the top, it says sold out.
Yeah, you can,
That sucks.
if
Thanks, guys.
you
You ruined my birthday.
if you do go to the like the overnight bookings page, if you
Okay.
try to show just like in stock
Yeah.
nights, it X's out because it's like they're all sold out. So
Wow. Which, I mean, you have to expect that to happen because
yeah.
this opportunity has not happened before. So to have this opportunity, like I said, even though it's it's to me, it's like showing flashes of like the Nazi Germany back in the in the 30s and 40s with Hitler and stuff.
Hmm.
Of how much they controlled everything.
Yeah,
Even
it's
even stuff that you film, they still have to approve it for, which I can understand to a point. But would I still like to go there? Hell yeah! Just because this opportunity has not been here before, you know.
I feel like I I don't know if I would go.
Really.
This it's a lot. Like it's nice that they're, giving you like fresh beds and linens and all that stuff. That's fun. But if I'm going somewhere, like I'm staying somewhere and they're like, yeah, so there's fresh towels, showering stuff, all that's provided, all that. Oh, and here's your holy water and rosary beads.
Yeah, yeah. But okay, honestly, okay, we have been places before, right? Like Waverly Hills, the prison in Mansfield, where they offer places to like, rest and lie down and take a nap if you have to. Okay, if I'm spending 2 grand on a freaking overnight investigation, I'm getting every ounce of minutes of this investigation. I'm not going to be
Hmm.
sleeping. I'm not going to be taking a shower. I'm investigating for every up until the last very second that I get. I'm investigating this house. I'm not sleeping. I'm not taking a shower. I'm investigating personally.
And like, why sleep when they cover in the spiritual liability uh, levitation, sleep paralysis, and nightmares,
Yeah. Well, and
and
everybody
astral
knows,
projections.
and everybody knows that as soon as you close your eyes, your brain waves automatically alter. And that's
Hmm.
the easiest time that a spirit can come to you. So they're saying that we have places where you can sleep. Okay. So as soon as you close your eyes, your brain waves automatically alter, which allows the spirits to come to you easily or more easily. So are there spirits in this haunted Ed and Lorraine's house? You just opened up them to come to you and sleep. Now see, Jess, if they had more than 12 years experience, they would know this. Okay.
But
So that's
I
when
don't
they
think
need.
it's the. Oh, good.
No, I was gonna say they need to consult paranormal people, not experts because I hate that terminology, but they need to consult paranormal people that know this shit before they start saying, "Oh, well, you can sleep here too if you want." But like you said in the warnings, they said nightmares.
Levitation,
Yeah. How are you get
astral
protected
projection.
from nightmares when you're sleeping? Hello? You know? I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be, "Oh, don't go here," is no, if I have the chance or if I ever get the chance, I'm going, plain and simple. But I just don't like how they're putting restrictions on you when you're paying money to basically put in their pockets.
That and the whole social media filming, all that doesn't sit right either. I know
No.
that they're kind of putting it out there as like we want to ensure like the facts and that nothing's being staged and we're protecting the Warren name. But
Yeah,
I don't know. I just that's kind of a red flag for me.
but okay, but what happens if people, do have evidence? And let's say for, shits and giggles, they somehow, let's say, smuggle out a flash drive. Okay, let's say that they did a live feed. Okay, and they somehow backed that up, or when it was being live, they somehow, was backing it up at the same time, and they have it on a flash drive. Okay, they leave. They quote quote submit their shit, to be reviewed, and they block it or they like edited it really bad.
Hmm.
Okay. Like, cut out the stuff where they're saying that, there isn't anything happening, this is a waste of money. And then the people that smuggled the flash drive out, they make it public on their YouTube channel without any restrictions. And then it comes back that they were lying, Elton and Matt and the house was lying about the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? It
Hmm.
it doesn't look good. To me, transparency would be the best bet. Okay, if you know anything about the paranormal, and we've touched about this, here briefly, shit may or may not happen. Okay,
It's
but
never a guarantee.
exactly. But if you're hiding the fact that, oh, by saying, haunted passageway or the haunted, what was it, on the front page here, haunted Warren house. Okay, people have to know that there's no guarantees that you're gonna, do anything. So why not just be transparent? And again, I understand. Okay, people are paying a shitload of money for this. I understand this, but be transparent and say, you may or may not experience activity. We cannot control that, and you can't control that. I don't care if it's the so-called witching hour at 3:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning. You can't control that. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. You cannot guarantee. I don't care who you are, what unless you are in like a Halloween haunted house, okay, where they have actors and shit. You cannot, and if they tell me they can, I'll tell them straight out. They're freaking lying out their butt. You cannot guarantee activity is going to happen. You just cannot because we don't run that. The spirits do,
Mm-mm.
and that's if there's even any any spirits there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, okay, but there's no guarantees, and I think that they should honestly, come clean and say, you know what, there are no guarantees that you're going to find anything. However, you will have the opportunity to go in the Warren's house and see the museum. That to me, honestly, if they said that, I would have a little bit more respect, for them.
Right. I was reading this too. I don't this absolutely doesn't uh sit right with me either. Um if our team requests changes in the content for factual accuracy or removal of subject matter that demonstrates intentionally disrespectful behavior, that content must be resubmitted until approved. As content creators ourselves since 2016, we believe this is a very fair balance across all of the above measures. If you do not agree, that's okay. You don't have to stay overnight here.
Well, yeah, but that reeks of censorship.
Well, that, and if you do post anything that they didn't approve of, they can get
Mhm.
a copyright strike down.
Yep. Oh yeah. So I mean, they're protecting themselves, but again, I don't, they should be transparent, and they're coming across as they have the final say. And who's to say, Jess, that you have that? Let's say that you have, oh, I don't know. Let's say that you taped, videotaped, and let's say half an hour of content, not to be streamed live, but just content. Okay, so half an hour, you submit it to them. They see something that they don't like or they don't agree with, and that half an hour thing turns into like 3 minutes
Yeah.
just because they don't like that you might have, negative comment. This is a joke. There isn't anything happening. That's censorship. You know, Last time I knew we had the First Amendment. You can say whatever you want, except for you can't yell fire in a crowded theater.
And you can't say bomb
Obviously.
on an airplane.
Bomb on, well, you can, but then you will be arrested when you land.
Yeah.
but but it's like, so they say they're basically, yeah, it's just, to me that does not sit right. I mean, okay, we have gone, and again, I understand this isn't the same scope or investment, but when we went to the prison, Waverly Hills, Trinway Place, Villisca Murder House, you could tape what you want, however you wanted, and you could post whatever the hell you want to any social media that you wanted to post to. And they're in the same business as Ed, Elton, and Matt is. They're in it to make money. Okay,
Hmm.
Waverly Hills is too. Any place that you charge to go into to investigate, it's the same thing. They're in it to make money. They have a place where they can make money. The prison's the same thing. You pay a fee to go into the prison, but they put that money back into the prison. But you can post whatever that you want to post, that they don't care. And I just, that's, to me, this sits wrong where we have to approve everything that is being put out.
And
And
to put it as or under the guise of like we want to ensure accuracy.
yeah,
It's like, okay, so if I submit, an hour of, hey, I'm not getting anything. I'm not
yep,
feeling anything weird. Nothing's happening. It's quiet. Um, will that be accepted or will it be approved? Or are they going to tell me, don't post this? If you do, you'll get a copyright strike.
they will probably say don't post it because it's giving them a black eye.
And it
Because
does say it is truly a privilege and an honor to be able to call Ed and Lorraine's home your own for the night and to be given full access to Warren Occult Museum with all items in it. It is a once in a lifetime experience. Our mission is to preserve their legacy and historical accuracy while maintaining the utmost respect for their house, museum, and artifacts. And I
But
get
see,
that, and I'm glad that you're doing that, but this is feeling very weird.
yes, it's like, you can post whatever you want as long as we approve.
We have to approve of it first.
Yep. Or if not, our lawyers will sue you and and put a copyright on it. There you
Yeah.
go. Even though you filmed it, But yeah, it just sits wrong how they're going about the whole thing. Personally, but it is what it is. We don't make the rules. We have to abide by the rules when we're again. And they said, and see, and that's where just what you just read, that they're saying, okay, yeah, you have to pay money. Yeah, we have to approve. Yeah, we have to do this. Yeah, this. Yeah, this. But on the other hand, you get the privilege of going into Ed and Lorraine's house and see the artifact museum. So they're trying to like make it even out by saying, yeah, we have all these restrictions and stuff, but you get a once in a lifetime opportunity to investigate the house and see the museum. So
And
they're trying.
it feels like they're trying to say like, yeah, like we have all these things and we're basically like you can't post anything unless we approve it, and it could be a lengthy process, but you get to stay in Ed and Lorraine's house.
Yes, yeah, and that's what I'm saying is they're trying to even it out that yeah, they have all these restrictions and stuff, but you get the once in a lifetime opportunity. Well, who's to say that in 5 years, when they lose the guardianship, air quotes, of the museum artifacts, that New England paranormal or parapsychic, whatever that group is, they say, you know what, we're going to take over the artifacts because, from my understanding, the house has been sold. So that's my
Yes.
understanding. So and then I think in that video that Matt put on there was the house has been sold to us and we are guardianship, air quotes again, guardianship of the museum for 5 years. Who's to
Yes.
say after 5 years that New England Paranormal Society, whatever, comes back and say we're going to take back control of the museum and the artifacts, and we're going to open up our own museum and have these on display,
Or we're gonna take them to tour.
or take them on tour with Annabelle? Yes, and a perfectly healthy person has a heart attack, but she wasn't in the room.
She wasn't in
Let's
the room
make
with him.
let's make that perfectly clear.
Like in every single
Oh yeah.
article, she
Well,
was
they're
not in the room.
they're trying, and even the coroner said that. So they're trying to protect themselves. Like I said, this is all sus. It really is.
I I know that they, like I've said this, I know that they have to cover their asses. I know all this, but it if they really are going to be strict on like what's posted, then we shouldn't, right, be seeing any I was possessed at the Lorraine or the Warren Occult Museum, not clickbait, right? We
Oh,
shouldn't see stuff like that. If this
but
is really the integrity, if they're trying to preserve the
yeah,
Warrens' um, legacy, all that, then we shouldn't see a thumbnail on YouTube, Velton Castay looking all bruised and bloodied, with I got possessed at the Warren Occult Museum, not clickbait.
but I bet your bottom dollar we do.
That's when because when's the first one? The first one's November 1st. Probably
Yep,
November 2nd, I'm going to be looking on YouTube. Well,
yep.
no, because it would take a few days. Probably the next week. I'm gonna be
But
looking on YouTube and seeing if there are posts like that. Because if there are posts like that, then it's like, okay, then you are making sure that people know that it's a guarantee that you're gonna find you're gonna get something or something's gonna happen to you here.
but Jesse, we've already seen that when Elton posted, I guess his first investigation there, whatever. Remember? Oh, the was it the demonic presence is messing with the cameras. Let me go and pick up some incense.
Yeah,
That's already that's already
I took a
putting, the
screenshot.
seed in people's minds. They're already putting the seeds in there. "Oh my god, this place is so haunted. They were just Elton was there by himself doing and the demons took over." Come on, I mean, seriously.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it because I remember I sent it to you, and I'm like, "This is a joke, right?" Um,
Yeah, yeah, because it says something to the effect that the demons what, took over the camera or turned something with the cameras, and they were gonna go get some incense or something. It's like, "Come dudes, come on. We know this is a money grab for money, okay? Look at it right here, okay?" And I'm scrolling down here. My computer's not the quickest. Well, my n new one is, but my old one's not. Um, where's it at? Where are we at? I can't find there it is. From November 1st to the November 7th is already, sold out, okay? So that's what? 1, 2,
yep.
3, 4, 5 just listed right here. 6 days are all sold out. That's 12 grand, a minimum
Well,
of 12 grand.
I didn't even see this
It's
three
about
days
money.
ago. 3 days ago,
It's money.
um, Elton Castaig's YouTube channel posted a thumbnail of him looking scared with two deep scratches on his face, and some guy looking scared, and Annabelle's in between
Are
them
you
in her
serious,
case.
Scratches?
Two deep scratches. Three
Oh my
nights
god.
in Warren
I'm telling
Museum
you, dude.
with the real
I'm telling
Annabelle.
you. It's it
Like, I
is a no, I'll just say this is turning into a dog and pony show, and it's all about the freaking
oh, looks like
If you wanted
yeah.
the average paranormal investigator. No, I'll just say, if you want the average paranormal investigator to investigate this place, you're not gonna set the prices so freaking high. It's about
No.
money. It's the same way that I bitched about Motley Crue 2014 when they went on their air quote "farewell tour" and they were charging an exorbitant amount of money. I'm like, "It's not right. If you're doing a farewell tour, you don't out average fan that got you where you're at." And this is how I feel about this. They're pricing it so the average paranormal investigator, like us, that we don't have sponsors, we don't have a TV show to give us cash. That you're going to outprice us, but the ones that you're going to get the 2 grand from are the ones that have the sponsorship, that have like there are some YouTube channels that we watch that's all that they do. They make enough money from their sponsorships, their, memberships. They have this job as a full-time so, yeah, if you have this as a full-time job, you're gonna have a deep pocket. $2,000 so to me, this is
Mhm.
give me the money, 2 grand BS fees that you have to get your content approved, per from these people that are they're gullible people. They're oh yeah, 2000's worth it. We're gonna see all kinds of shit happening. No, you're not. But I'm done ranting now.
Well, on the
No, I'm not. I'm not done.
YouTube video, on the YouTube video, I have it
Yeah.
on mute, and I've just been looking at subtitles. Apparently, they got an EVP that says "Kill you all."
Oh Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay.
I'm probably gonna scrub
And
that and check it
it
out.
starts.
Yeah,
It starts.
yeah. They were saying they were hearing banging on the walls. They were getting what was that? Banging on the walls, doors opening on their own, lights turning themselves on and off. Um, I heard whispering all around us, cameras getting shut off at will, the kill you all EVP, threats from unknown entities. intelligent beings
Yeah, but
responding on devices, constant static
here's the question that I
interference.
have though, is did the Warrens, when they lived there, did they, and I know this is a question that we probably can't answer. Did they experience anything when they lived in the house? And they're a demonologist and a medium, not just 12 years experience
Hmm.
as investigators. So did they experience anything, like this? If there if there are, and this is just my personal opinion, so Matt, don't sue me, but if there's no documented reports from the Warrens when they lived in this house, and now you're doing an investigation, you have all this stuff coming around you. I call BS. Is
It's
they
it
they
just
are
seems
trying to hype
fabricated.
something that is already hyped. Yeah, exactly. They're hyping it. But you don't have to. It's the Warrens' freaking house. Anybody that is anybody in the that anything knows about paranormal field would cut off their left arm to just walk through the house. You don't have to
Yeah.
hype it up by saying, "Oh, yeah, the deep scratch," whatever. No, dude, that's hype. But anyways,
Yeah, it kind of seems like a little bit of
just
a dumpster fire, but we'll see what
yeah.
happens.
Yes. Yep. Well, Jess, I know that you have, I guess we have a time restraints here today,
Yeah,
and it's
the
getting up
the
close
uh,
to
the
about
the joys of owning a home.
yes, yard work.
Yard work.
um, so
Yay.
if you don't have anything else, I mean, we can continue this next week if you want.
Yeah, if
Um,
there's
but
anything new, for sure.
so if you don't have anything else, and if you're okay with it, we'll end the podcast so you can get going to your
Yeah.
responsibilities.
Thank you. It's gonna be a blast.
Well, at least it's not too hot.
Yeah, that's I think thank God for that because I would be
Yeah,
miserable, but
it'd be worse if it was like really really hot and stuff. So, all right.
yeah.
So, do you have any closing comments or ideas or thoughts about this?
I guess we'll just see how it goes. We'll see what comes out of it and hopefully I'm wrong that it's a dumpster fire. But we'll
I don't. I
only
don't.
time
I don't think you are.
no. Only time will tell though.
That is true. All right. Well, thank you everyone that came in. And I did get an email from Podbean saying that I need to mention that we do have a membership to our podcast. Again,
I'm new! I'm new! I don't know what to do!
I don't know how that works, but check it out if you want to. If you enjoy us, talking and talking shit every week about the paranormal, please do. We're not experts by any means, but we do have opinions, and you know what they say about opinions. Um, so, with that being said, have a good week. End what's left of the weekend. Have a good week, and we'll be back a week from today at noon. I will schedule this live cast, or yeah, live cast. Yeah, I didn't do it this time, but I will schedule a live one for this upcoming Sunday, a week from today at 12 noon, and we'll talk more about stuff that's paranormal.
Sounds good.
So, as usual, thank you, Jess, for calling in,
Of course.
even though we had our little technical difficulties at first.
Yeah.
More mainly on my end because I'm sitting there like talking, 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 and when you said I'm not hearing you, I look down and I'm like, oh, I don't have a bar.
Yeah, because my bar
So
was going and I didn't see you weren't saying anything. I'm like, oh no.
yeah, so I know from now on I need to go to the audio part and I need to do my microphone and the 10 lamp G3 soundboard, and the speakers have to be on the soundboard too. If they're not, I don't hear you and I can't talk to nobody. And I know everyone's just on pins and needles waiting to hear what I have to say about the paranormal. And that is a joke. I'm not full of myself yet. All right, guys. So thank you again. Again, I'm supposed to remind you that we do have a fan club. I don't know what that means, but if we do get members, then we'll figure it out together. Jess, thanks again, and we will
Yep.
see you in a week, if not sooner. Um, and then have fun today doing your house stuff.
Thanks, gonna be a blast.
Yes, buddy. And as usual, stay away from the light. And I do like our new closing thing. So as soon as this sound bit is done, I will end the podcast. Thank you all again and have a good week.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box not been set up yet. Goodbye.